这个故事如果你听起来不累，那么你的英语能力在美国日常生活是完全够用的。像学母语一样学英语，我们开始吧。
We all look at other people. We see a better car, a richer man, a beautiful girl. We all wish to leave our old life and take theirs. This is a story about a poor man who really did it. He put on another man's shoes. He took his face, his money, and his life. Max is a cobbler, a person who fixes shoes. He works in a small, dark shop on the street. He has no money and no girlfriend. Max is a lonely man. His father was a cobbler too, but he ran away from home when Max was a little boy. He has been gone for 20 years. Nobody knows if his father is dead or alive, but Max waits for him. He stays in the old family shop to wait. Looking out his window, Max sees his neighbor. The neighbor is a young man, so let us call him the handsome man. The handsome man has a very fast car and a beautiful girlfriend who looks like a tall model. Max is jealous of him and wants a life like that. Next door to Max is a barber shop. The boss, an old man named Jimmy, cuts hair. He is very nice to Max's mother. He always gives her food and asks if she is okay. Max does not like this because he thinks Jimmy wants to take his father's place. Max's mother is old and her brain is sick. She forgets many things. She always asks Max when he will get a girlfriend, but Max is 30 years old and has never had one. Sometimes her mind is confused, so she puts her handbag in the microwave to heat it up. One quiet afternoon, Max is bored in his empty shop. There are no customers. A young woman named Anna walks in. She works for the city. She is fighting against a rich woman, Ms. Green. Ms. Green wants to break the old houses on the street to build expensive shops. Anna is trying to protect an old neighbor from losing his home. "Our street is full of life," Anna says. "We cannot let it become a playground for rich people." Max looks at her and asks, "Why do you not ask me? Maybe I want to sell my shop and get money." Anna does not get angry. She asks Max to follow her out to the street. She points to his dark, small shop. "Look at your shop," she says. "When did your family open this?" "My great-grandfather opened it," Max answers. Anna looks into his eyes. "See, your family has fixed shoes here for 4 generations. You do not want your family's shop to disappear from this street forever, right?" Max looks at the old building. He looks back at Anna. He thinks about it and signs the paper. One day, a big black man named Leon walks into Max's shop. Max knows him. Leon is a rich gang boss. He looks very angry. He has a huge gold watch on his arm. Pointing to his watch, Leon tells Max, "Look at this. If I sell this watch, I can buy 3 of your small shoe shops, and I have a better watch at home." Leon is loud and proud. He gives Max his black shoes. "Fix my shoes today. I will come back tonight. If my shoes are not ready, I will close your shop." Max's hands shake, but he has to work late. He puts Leon's shoe in his modern sewing machine. Suddenly, the machine makes a loud noise. Sparks fly out, and it breaks. Max is lucky because Leon does not come to the shop that night. Max walks into the dark back room. He pulls a dirty cloth off an old table. Dust flies into the air. Under the cloth is his father's old sewing machine. It is cold and heavy. Max puts Leon's shoe under the big needle. He uses his hand to turn the heavy wheel. The old machine makes a deep sound. The needle goes through the thick leather perfectly. Soon, the shoe is fixed. The next day, Max waits for Leon, but he does not come. Max looks at Leon's shoes. They are size 10.5, and Max is also a size 10.5. Max is bored, so he takes off his own shoes and puts on Leon's. Suddenly, magic happens. Max looks in the mirror, but he is not Max. He is a big black man with Leon's face. Terrified, Max thinks his brain is sick. He takes the shoes off. Boom! He is Max again. He puts the shoes back on. Boom! He is Leon again. This time, he even sees Leon's big gold teeth. He locks the shop door from the inside. Max wants to test this, so he finds a big red high-heel shoe. It is also size 10.5. He puts it on. But nothing happens. He takes it off and puts on another customer's shoe. Nothing happens. Why? Looking at the bottom of the shoes, Max understands. Only the shoes fixed by his father's old machine have magic. Max runs to the back room and uses the old machine to sew many shoes, including the red high heel. Now, he puts on the red high heel again. Boom! He has long hair and looks like a tall woman. But something feels wrong. His body has not changed, so he is still a man. The shoe belongs to a strong man who likes to wear women's clothes. Max takes it off. He plays a wild game all afternoon. Wearing a Chinese man's shoe, he walks in Chinatown. Then, he puts on a fat man's shoe to eat expensive food at a nice restaurant. He eats things he has never seen before. He goes to the bathroom and takes off the shoes. He walks out of the restaurant for free. He even puts on a rich man's shoe, gets into a fast car, and drives down the street. He feels the wind on his face and yells with joy. For the first time in his life, Max feels completely free. A few days later, the handsome man's beautiful girlfriend comes to the shop to fix her boyfriend's shoes. Max checks the size. It is 10.5. Max smiles. He uses the old machine to fix these shoes and then puts them on. Max becomes the handsome man. To have some fun, he goes to a bar to meet girls. In the bar, a beautiful girl walks up to him. "I remember you," she says, and tells Max a big secret. "Last time I wanted to go home with you, but you left with a tall male model." Max is shocked. He learns the handsome man likes women, but he also likes men. The beautiful girl wants to go to a hotel with Max, but he says, "Hotels are too expensive." Max points to his poor old street. "Let us go to my house," he says. The girl leaves angrily. Walking home a little drunk, Max sees the real handsome man coming out of his house. Max hides and waits for the real man to leave. Then, remembering the beautiful girlfriend is in the house alone, Max uses the handsome man's face to walk inside. He hears water. The beautiful girlfriend is taking a shower. She calls out, "Come in the shower. Let's wash each other." Max's heart beats fast. He takes off his pants. His hands slowly go down to his shoes. He suddenly remembers. Looking in the mirror, he sees the handsome man's face. He looks down at his own feet. Without saying a word, Max pulls his hands away. He turns around and runs out of the house as fast as he can. One evening, a few days later, Max goes home and asks his mother a question. "If you could be anyone in the world, who do you want to be?" His mother looks at him. "I only want to be your mother. You are my everything." Then she smiles. "My only wish is to have dinner with your father one more time." Max wants to make his mother happy, so he goes to the back room and finds his father's old shoes. He uses the magic machine on them. Putting on his father's shoes, Max becomes his father. He opens the door to the house. His mother sees him and cries. Because her brain is sick, she does not ask why he is still young. She thinks her husband just came home from work. Then, She puts on her best dress. Pretending to be his father, Max eats dinner with his mother. They talk about the old days and dance to slow music. His mother is happy, smiling all night. The next morning, Max goes to her room to see her. She does not wake up. She dies peacefully in her sleep, with a smile on her face. Her final wish came true. Max sits next to her. He holds her cold hand. His tears fall on her hand. A few days later, after a simple funeral, Max and Jimmy, the barber from next door, are sitting outside together. Max is sad. "I do not even have money to buy a stone for my mother," he says. The old man looks at Max. "I can help you pay for this," Jimmy says. Max looks at Jimmy and asks, "Why? What did I ever do for you? What did I do for anyone?" "No." He slowly shakes his head. Later that afternoon, Leon comes back to the shop to get his shoes. He is very mad. "I came here 3 times. The door was closed," Leon yells. Max looks at him. "My mother died. I was at her funeral." But Leon does not care. He is loud and says bad things about Max's dead mother. Max is angry. He asks Leon for his paper ticket, but Leon does not have it. Max shakes his head. No ticket, no shoes, and tells Leon to get out. After Leon leaves, Max stands alone in the quiet shop. He feels his empty pockets. He thinks about his mother's resting place with no stone. Then he remembers Leon's huge gold watch. Leon said he had more expensive watches at home. He walks to the back room and looks at Leon's black shoes on the table. The room is very quiet. He stares at the shoes for a long time. His hands shake. Finally, he silently puts on Leon's shoes. He puts his own old shoes and some other magic shoes in his bag, goes to Leon's house, and opens the door. Inside the house, Max sees a woman. She is Leon's girlfriend. Max stops and stares. Her face is badly hurt, and she is crying. Leon hits her a lot, so she is packing her bags to run away. Seeing Max, she thinks he is Leon. She screams and yells at him. She calls him a monster and a bad man. He is not Leon, but he feels very guilty. Seeing how much pain she is in, he realizes Leon is a truly evil man. After she leaves, Max starts looking for the watches and finds a heavy box. He opens it, but there are no watches. There are guns and stun guns. A stun gun is a thing that shocks people with electricity. Max touches the stun gun. He shocks himself, falls on the floor, and sleeps for a long time. When Max wakes up, he wants to leave. He picks up the stun gun. He opens the front door, and the real Leon is standing there. Leon sees another Leon and is mad. He jumps on Max and tries to kill him. Reaching into his pocket, Max pulls out the stun gun. Max shocks the real Leon. Leon falls down. A little while later, Leon wakes up. Max has used a rope to tie him to a chair. Max puts on a little fat boy's shoe. Leon sees a little fat boy. The boy asks, "Where are the watches?" But Leon is not scared of a little boy, so he does not tell him. Max walks into another room and changes into the big red high-heel shoe. He walks back. Long hair falls down his back. A huge, strong man in a dress stands over Leon. Leon looks at this strange man and feels terrified. He tells the truth. The watches are behind the mirror in the bathroom. Max gets the watches and puts them in his magic bag. Suddenly, someone knocks loudly on the door. "Boss, it is time for the job," a deep voice yells from outside. Max looks at Leon and asks, Who is outside? Leon smiles. They are my guards. They will tear you apart. Max points the stun gun at Leon. Tell me what they want to do, or I will shock you. Leon is terrified. He says, They are going to get some money. How much? Max asks. $50,000, Leon answers. Max freezes. He has nowhere to run. If the guards come in and find the real Leon tied up in the bedroom, they will kill Max. Having no other choice, Max quickly puts Leon's black shoes back on. He hides his magic bag just as two big men push the door open and walk inside. They are Leon's guards. They see Max, but they think he is Leon. Max acts like the boss and follows them outside. They drive to an old building. Max and the guards walk into a room. A man is tied up with a rope. He is the thief. He looks very scared. He stole things from us. Let us kill him, the guard says. Hearing the word kill, Max's heart beats fast. He is wearing a monster's face, but he cannot cross this dark line. He is not a killer. To hide his sweating hands, he leans back in his seat. He looks out the dark window and says in a cold voice, "No, let him go." The guards are very confused, but they listen to their boss. They untie the thief. The thief looks at Leon and runs away fast. The car drives to a big office. Max walks in and meets a rich woman, Ms. Green. Max remembers this name. She is the bad woman Anna told him about. She buys land to build expensive shops and make a lot of money. She looks cold and mean. Ms. Green gives Max a bag. "Here is $50,000, she says. "There is only one old man left on Grand Street. Take this money. Go there and hurt him. Make the old man leave." Max's eyes open wide. He realizes she is talking about his street, his home. Max takes the money bag and leaves with the guards. Later that day, the guards drop Max off at Leon's house. Max goes inside to untie the real Leon and leave. But when he opens the bedroom door, the real Leon is free. He has untied the ropes by himself. Leon is very mad. He jumps on Max like a wild animal and pushes him hard to the floor. Leon uses his strong hands to choke Max's neck. Max cannot breathe. His face turns red. He opens his mouth, but no air comes in. His neck hurts, and the room starts to turn dark. In a panic, he kicks his legs wildly and kicks off one shoe. Boom! He is Max again. Seeing a different face, Leon is shocked for a second, but he does not stop. He keeps choking the poor cobbler. Wanting to live, Max uses all his power. His fingers touch something cold and sharp. It is the red, high-heel shoe. Max grabs it tightly. He swings his arm and hits Leon's neck with the sharp heel. Blood goes everywhere. Leon's eyes open wide, and he falls down on the floor. He is dead. Max looks at his bloody hands. He does not care about the $50,000 or his magic bag. Completely terrified, he runs out of the house as fast as he can. He does not stop until he reaches the police station. Max runs inside, crying and shaking. "Help! I killed a man," he tells a police officer. The police officer asks, "How did you get into his house?" Max is crying and says, "He let me in because I looked like him. I was a big black man." The police officer looks at Max. Max is not a big black man. He is just a normal cobbler. The officer thinks Max is crazy, but he tells Max to show them the house. Max and two police officers go back to Leon's house. Max points to the front door with a shaking hand. But when the police open the door, Max freezes. The room is totally clean. There is no blood on the floor. There is no dead body. Everything is neat and tidy. The police officers look at Max, and they are very mad. "Is this a joke? Do not waste our time," they yell, and leave Max standing there. Max is shocked and very confused. Max walks slowly back to his shoe shop. Walking in, he sees something crazy. The red high-heel shoe, Leon's shoes, the bag of watches, and the $50,000 are sitting on his table, perfectly clean. The next morning, Max goes to his shop. Jimmy the barber stops him. Jimmy looks very worried. "Max, you are acting strange," the old man says. "Your behavior is just like your father's before he ran away." Do not mix with bad people. He had to run away and let people think he was dead. If he stayed, bad people would hurt you and your mother. Max is very angry. "You know my father's secrets. Why did you hide them from me?" Max asks. The old man answers, "Because your father told me not to tell anyone." "Stay out of my life," Max yells. He walks away from Jimmy and goes inside his shop. Inside the shop, Max looks at the $50,000. He remembers the dead man. He is terrified of this bad business. He just wants to return the money and be safe. He puts on the red high-heel shoe and becomes the tall woman. He goes to see Ms. Green. He gives her the bag and says, "Leon asked me to tell you something. He does not want to do this job. Here is your money." Ms. Green is very mad and tells her 2 guards to hit him. The first guard hits him on the head, and Max falls asleep. Waking up, Max is lying in the back seat of a moving car. It is dark and scary. The 2 guards are in the front seats talking. The first guard says, "Tomorrow night we will go to Grand Street. We will burn down the old man's house." Scared, Max looks in his magic bag and finds the shoes of an old customer who died. He puts them on. Boom! He becomes the dead old man. His skin is pale white and his eyes are dark. Looking exactly like a scary zombie, he sits up in the dark back seat. Looking back, the guards see the dead man. They scream. The driver turns the wheel hard and the car crashes into a wall. Max jumps out of the broken window and runs into the dark night. People on the street see the scary dead man and scream. Max yells back, "Do not run away. I will not eat you." He runs back to his shop and takes off the scary shoes. The next day, Max goes to Anna's office. "Ms. Green wants to burn the old man's house," Max tells Anna. She asks, "How do you know?" Max shakes his head. No time to explain. They go to see the old neighbor. Max and Anna talk to him. They ask why he does not want to leave. The old man looks sad. "I have lived here for 40 years, he says. "I have many memories of my wife here. I raised my daughter in this house. She lives in Chicago now. I love this home. I will not leave. I will die in my house." Max asks the old man for a pair of his shoes. He takes them back to his shop and uses the old machine to make them magic. The next morning, Max puts on the shoes and becomes the old neighbor. He goes to see Ms. Green. "I am the old neighbor from Grand Street," Max says. "If you give me $100,000, I will sell my house. I will go to Chicago to live with my daughter." Ms. Green is very happy and agrees. Ms. Green wants to be sure he really leaves. She sends her 2 guards with the $100,000. They take the real old neighbor to the train station. They get on the train with him to Chicago. When the train arrives in Chicago, the guards have a big surprise. Max had called the Chicago police. Anna told the police, "2 bad men kidnapped an old man." The police are waiting at the station. They arrest the 2 guards right away. The real old neighbor is safe with his daughter. Back in the city, Ms. Green wants to see her empty house. She goes to the old man's house and opens the door. She freezes. The old neighbor is sitting in a chair. It is Max wearing the magic shoes, but Ms. Green does not know that. Ms. Green asks, "Why are you still here?" Max answers, "I never left." "You lied to me," she yells like a crazy person. "I will burn this house down, and I will go to Chicago to hurt your daughter." Max smiles. "That is great," he says. "You are going to be on TV." Suddenly, a man with a big camera and a reporter walk out from the bedroom. The reporter holds a microphone. "We are from New York TV," the reporter says. "Why do you want to burn this house and hurt people?" Ms. Green is very angry. She runs forward and tries to block the camera with her hands. "Turn that off," she yells at the reporter. But it is too late. Everything she said is on camera. Grand Street is safe now. Later that night, Max wants to help Leon's girlfriend. He finds out she is staying in a small hotel. Putting on Leon's shoes, he becomes the dead Leon. His face is pale white, with no blood at all. He goes to the small hotel and knocks. The girlfriend opens the door. Seeing Leon, she is very angry and tries to shut the door fast. But Max stops the door. He says sorry to her. He gives her all the expensive watches from his bag. Max walks outside into the dark night. He is still wearing Leon's shoes. Suddenly, 3 big men jump out of the shadows. They grab Max and push him into a car. One of the men turns on the light. It is the thief! He thinks Max looks like a ghost, but the thief is too angry to care. "You let me go, Leon, but you hurt me before. I want my payback," the thief says, holding a knife. Max is terrified. He cannot explain. Suddenly, a massive car speeds out of the dark. It hits the thief's car very hard. Glass flies everywhere. Max hits his head and falls asleep. When Max wakes up, he is sitting in a chair in the barber shop. Jimmy the barber is standing next to him. Then, Jimmy does something crazy. He takes off his own shoes. Boom! Jimmy's face changes. He is not Jimmy. He is Max's father. Max is shocked and angry. He cries, "You are alive? Why did you hide next door? Why did you let us have a hard life?" His father looks sad. "I had to protect you. My life is dangerous. If bad people know you are my family, they will kill you. I wear Jimmy's shoes all day to watch you. But at night, when the shop is closed, I take them off. I am just a lonely father." He tells Max the truth. "When Leon died, I cleaned the blood and took the body away. I put the money and the shoes on your table. And tonight, I crashed my car into the thief's car to save you." Max hugs his father and cries. "I am so sorry," Max says. "Mom died because I pretended to be you." His father holds him tightly. "I know everything," his father says gently. "It is not your fault." Then his father takes Max down to the basement. The basement is dark and huge. He turns on the light, and Max's eyes open wide. His father points to the many glass boxes in the room. There are hundreds of shoes inside, belonging to baseball players and kings. Putting a hand on Max's shoulder, his father smiles. "Max, our family has been doing this since your great-grandfather," he says. "We do not just fix shoes. We are a family of magic cobblers. We fix lives." His father walks to another door in the basement and opens it. Max's eyes open wide again. Inside, there is a beautiful, expensive Cadillac car and a driver. "Let us go home," his father says. They get into the Cadillac. The driver takes them to a huge house in Brooklyn, New York. Max is shocked. He realizes his family is actually very rich. On the way home, his father tells him the true story of the magic. Many, many years ago, on a very cold and snowy day, his father says, a very poor beggar knocked on your great-grandfather's door. Your great-grandfather let the poor man stay inside the shoe shop to get warm. He gave the poor man food and fixed his broken shoes. The next morning, the beggar was gone, but in the shop, there was a heavy sewing machine.
太棒了，你把故事听完了，你离英语自由又近了一步。欢迎加入频道会员，支持频道发展。会员可获得影片的中英文对照学习资料、跟读练习视频、影片、MP3 文件等福利。这里是像学母语一样学英语频道，我们下个视频见。